This is John Kilpatrick with Okolona Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And we have been doing a series here. Basically in our dojo, I would say we have 4 basic techniques that we practice. And this would be from both Ahami and Gakuhami, going Ura and Omote. And so that really gives basically 4 techniques. And so with with this, what we're going to look at today is Ahami Ura, or where the right foot is to the left foot and we're going behind our partner or to the outside of our partner. And when we're doing this, there's several things that I want to accomplish. And the first one is I want to get a good lead. Now when we're doing our lead, it's really important to have our hands up. And it's important to start that way. In Aikido, a lot of times, they have you start with your hands down here. It is very hard to get a good lead with your hands starting down here. You need to have your hands up when they start. So the first thing, I'm going to be in Hami, so he's striking with his right hand. I have my right foot forward. And when he starts his movement, my hand comes out, and then for this, I drop down, and this hand comes up to his face, and then I'm coming behind him here for Ushiro Nage. And so this is really simple. The basic pivot we did for this is where he's attacking, and I just pivot like this. And so what I get out of this is I get a good lead. This hand comes down and puts a barrier between him and me in case I really mess up my lead. This hand comes up, and what we're doing with it is getting this reflex to turn his head a little and get his head up. And so then as I come behind him, both my hands replace it, and I've got him by the head. I've got him by the head here, and I've got my elbows on his shoulders. I have him trapped so that he can't turn toward me. And then I step back, and that's my throw. Now normally in class, we just very gently let them fall. This throw is horrible if you throw your partner. I mean, even on soft mats and all, and where I used to practice, people would pull them down with your arms and throw them, and it would hurt so bad, you know, even if you take as good okami as any of us could take, that nobody wanted to ever practice it. But it's a wonderful, wonderful technique. So the benefits of this are that it leads him, it puts a barrier there to protect me, and what happens when we started doing it, that was my logic, and this was before I understood leading, and then we never needed the barrier. And finally, when I got where I understood leading, I said, oh, well, this thing that we did a long time ago is really leading. This other hand lets me control reflexes, which is what I'm really interested in, but if things turn bad, I'm used to hitting him in the face. And although normally we don't, certainly practicing, we don't hit our partners, not very hard anyway. And then we're going into the Ushiro Nage. So that is this whole technique. So that if he attacks and I'm actually doing the throw, then this would be, and from the other side then, so he's attacking. And that's the technique. And our logic on this is that we want to have four basic, these four basic directions, these four basic moves. We practice them enough that we can do them in our sleep. And it doesn't have to be the same for everybody. The ones I'm showing you are the ones I like, but if you like different techniques, that's good. I like these because they're all letting me do everything by controlling reflexes. We never use pain in here. We don't break joints or anything, pain compliance. Now, one other thing I'll show you real quickly is if I'm in Gakugami, so that is he's striking with his right hand and my left foot's forward. We did a video on this the other day. We've changed what we're always changing because we're always improving. I hope it's improvement. But when he strikes, so that time, when we did it the way we used to do this, he would strike, and this hand just went through and didn't hit him. And now, we're bringing this hand where it leads here and then comes up. And that lets me get in a strike if I want it, which I didn't have before. And it also makes the two to the outside almost identical so that you don't get confused about whether you're supposed to hit it, whether that hand's supposed to come up or not. So anyway, this is something we practice a lot, and you need to do, to get where you can really use this stuff, you need to do a lot of freestyle practice. Maybe, for us, maybe a third to a half of the class is dedicated to freestyle.